These 3 exercises are the foundation for explosive muscle mass growth because doing each of them you will work not just one muscle, but all muscle groups and include the associated muscles. That's why they're so important in every beginner and experienced athlete's workout. In this video, I will tell you about 3 indispensable exercises in every fitness trainer's arsenal that they recommend to their trainees for better results and that they use themselves. What are these exercises and what are their main benefits, as well as the correct technique of their execution, you will learn in the next few minutes. Here we go. The first exercise is the bench press. Personally, I love it and here's why. The main purpose of the bench press is to develop the pecs. In addition to this area, triceps and the front bundle of the deltoids, shoulders, work well during the exercise. If you perform the exercise in power style, involving the whole body, then the forearms, biceps, abs and even thighs are also indirectly involved. The bench press is an excellent tool for the comprehensive development of the entire body. It is particularly interesting with the help of this exercise to monitor the results of personal progress in the development of strength. Many people even set a certain goal, for example, to bench press 100 kilograms by the end of the month. However, I recommend not to get hung up on the weight, but to qualitatively work the muscles in this exercise. With diligent training in this sport, a man gets not only an attractive body and a nice look, but also an increase in physical strength and muscle volume. But the progression of the sport does not stop there. A man gets a number of certain characteristics of his body or an increase in the results he has, more specifically, an increase in bone strength. There was a 2014 study that was able to show improvements in bone health after introducing the bench press into an exercise plan for the treatment of osteoporosis. Increased pushing power. Mark Ripato and Lon Kilgore state in their book, Practical Programming for Strength Training, the shoulder press is about 63% of the bench press. Of course, athletes train differently, and that percentage can vary. Overcoming psychological problems in other strength sports, plateau condition. The bench press can often be a distraction for athletes who are faced with a plateau state, when a person reaches a level at which previous efforts no longer contribute to progress in a particular activity, and helps them to unload mentally. To perform the classic version of the exercise, you will need a horizontal bench and a barbell with a straight barbell that optimally distributes the load on the muscles of the body. Fitness training starts with small weights that allow you to learn and consolidate the correct technique without harming your health. Over time, the weight is increased. This process should be carried out gradually, as the body adapts. On average, weight of a barbell is increased by 1 to 2 kilograms per week, focusing also on the performance in other sports elements. The technique of the bench press is very simple. 1. Lowered on the bench face up, the barbell is placed on special racks over the chest of the athlete. 2. Grasp the bar with palms in a straight grip, placing them slightly wider than shoulders. 3. Legs are bent at the knees, feet resting on the floor. 4. Remove the bar from the racks, bend your elbows, bringing the bar to your chest. 5. As you exhale, straighten arms, pushing up the sporting equipment. 6. Fix the position at the top for 1 to 2 seconds, return to the initial position while breathing in. 7. Repeat the exercise the required number of times, returning the barbell to the racks. Pay attention to proper breathing during this exercise. The most comfortable option is to exhale while straightening the arms and inhale while returning the bar to the chest. Uniform breathing without delays and failures ensures a constant flow of oxygen into the blood, stimulating the proper functioning of internal organs and avoiding shortness of breath or overexertion. Due to the fact that the bench press works pecs, triceps, deltoids and depending on the technique includes the broadest muscles, the body reacts with a large release of growth hormone, which promotes better recovery and gives a huge increase in muscle mass. Before I tell you the following exercises, I will ask you to subscribe to the channel and be sure to put a bell, so as not to miss new useful videos and be healthy with me. The second exercise is the barbell squat. The barbell squat is a basic exercise common in CrossFit and powerlifting, involving a huge number of muscle groups. Along with the bench press, it is a unique indicator of the functional and strength training of the athlete, and the correct technique of performing this exercise is critical. The barbell squat is an essential tool for developing leg and gluteal muscle mass, and there is hardly a single lifter in the world who does not perform squats and at the same time boasts powerful quadriceps. For this reason, this exercise has gained enormous popularity in every gym in the world, and making progress in the squat is a significant goal for many experienced and not so experienced athletes. The legs are our foundation, no matter what sport we play. Boxing, wrestling, CrossFit, powerlifting, fitness, in none of these disciplines will you have much success if your legs are not getting enough exercise as part of your training routine. The barbell squat is probably the hardest exercise in existence. And not only physically, but also mentally. Watch any powerlifting competition and pay attention to how athletes set themselves up before attempting the squat. The squat is one of those exercises that upsets the intensity and tempo of your workout. Performing really heavy squats requires a frantic expenditure of energy, emotional attitude, and motivation, significantly increase the heart rate, thus contributing to the process of lipolysis. The main dynamic load is on quadriceps, biceps femoris, adductor thigh muscles, gluteal muscles, extensors of the spine. The abs, calf, camel, and trapezius muscles act as stabilizers throughout the movement. For men, heavy squats are the #1 exercise. Numerous studies prove the hypothesis that the performance of this exercise leads to increased secretion of the main anabolic hormone, testosterone. It is this hormone that is responsible for all the features that are characteristic of a real man: physical strength and endurance, self-confidence, consistently high sexual energy, good vigor, as well as what is called the male charisma. For this reason, we recommend doing barbell squats for all men regardless of age, unless there are medical contraindications. Technique of performing barbell squats. The first phase of the movement is to remove the barbell from the racks. Firmly grasping the bar, a little wider than shoulder width, squat under the bar exactly in the center of the bar, pressing into the bar with trapeze, and remove the bar with the movement of the legs. It is extremely important to keep your back straight when removing the bar from the racks, since this is the moment when our spine experiences the maximum axial load. The next phase is to step away from the racks and lock yourself in place. It is necessary to take a few steps with your back forward, find a stable position and start the exercise. Take your time when stepping backwards, your movements should be smooth and confident. Otherwise, you will lose balance and control over the movement, thus risking injury. Now you have to do the squat properly. There is no unambiguous opinion about such issues as the depth of amplitude, the width of the legs, the level of inclination of the body, and the degree of turn of the feet. It all depends on what your goals are. For example, if you are a powerlifter, a wider leg position and a greater angle of inclination of the body will suit you, as this will allow you to lift more weight. If you want to work on quadriceps isolatedly, you should perform squats with parallel placement of feet and in a shorter amplitude. For glutes, perform deep squat with barbell. Don't forget to keep the back straight during the whole movement, because spine rounding is very injury risky. Remember about breathing, the exhalation is always done with effort. Before I tell you about the third exercise, I will ask you to like this video, so I understand that this video is useful for you. I try very hard and your reaction will be the best reward for my work. The third exercise is the pull-ups on the bar. The pull-up is a functional exercise that engages a large group of upper body muscles. The familiar basic pull-ups work the following muscles. Depending on the grip on the bar and its shape, other muscle groups may also be involved. The broadest muscle of the back is the largest muscle of the upper back that runs from the middle of the back to the armpits and shoulder blades. Its function is to bring the shoulder to the torso and pull the arms back and rotate them inward. Trapezius muscle runs longitudinally from the occipital bone and to the lower thoracic vertebrae, and laterally to the scapula. The purpose of this muscle is to move the scapula and support the arm. Spinal straightening muscle, divided into 3 muscles that run along the thoracic spine. Subsoleus muscle helps in extending the shoulder and is located on the scapula. Also, during pull-ups, indirectly or depending on the grip and shape of the exercise, can work. Triceps, the deltoid muscle of the shoulder. The large round muscle, brachioradialis. Biceps, pectoralis major. Benefits of pull-ups. Excellent for strengthening the arm and shoulder muscles. Regularly performing pull-ups, you can qualitatively work the forearms and the shoulders themselves. Effectively develop the strength of the upper body. Help improve grip strength. This is very important when exercising with lifting weights, barbells, dumbbells, weights. A strong grip is important in other sports such as rock climbing. A strong grip is needed in everyday life, to open a can, when carrying heavy things and food. Pull-ups are an important part of strength training, which, with proper planning and exercise, develops muscles and supports bone and cardiovascular health. According to a 2010 study, strength training helps athletes reduce anxiety symptoms, improve cognitive function and reduce overall fatigue. How to do pull-ups. Before you begin the exercise, you should carefully stretch your upper body muscles, as well as all tendons and joints. 1. Grasp the bar with a classic grip from above and hang from the bar. Arms should be fully extended and about shoulder width apart. 2. Lift your chin up to the bar, bending your arms. Ideally, you should touch the bar with your upper chest. 3. Pause in this position for 1 to 5 seconds and slowly lower your torso down, controlling it. The body should not twitch, wiggle, and help or hinder the exercise. Tips and notes. The pull-up movements should be slow and always controlled. Keep your body tense throughout the exercise. Keep kinks in torso rocking to a minimum. Do not start the next repetition until your arms are fully extended.